Located about 30 kilometres from the Vietnamese city of Danang in the centre of Vietnam is an extraordinary attraction that's known as the Sun World Ba Na Hills. An imposing entrance beckons you inside. If you haven't done your research about this place, you are about to get a huge surprise when you finally reach your destination. It's a fairly long walk through tunnels and past gardens, yet the adventure hasn't actually begun properly yet. That adventure begins when you reach the cable car station and start your journey to the top of Mount Chua, 1.4 kilometres above sea level. To reach the mountain's apex involves a cable car journey of 5.7 kilometres, most of which takes you above the dense rainforest. Looking back to the ground station, it's obvious that the cable car is travelling at a rapid pace. If you don't have a head for heights, it can be a stressful ride. I marvelled at the engineering complexity. To build these cable car structures, and there are 5 different cable car routes ascending the mountain, was a huge feat in itself. About halfway up, you cross over a sheer, steep cliff that is very impressive. Towards the top, you pass over some nondescript buildings which I assumed were staff quarters. Then you get your first glimpse of the Golden Bridge, an extraordinary golden pedestrian bridge that is supported atop huge sculptured hands. You disembark into a large auditorium that is genuinely packed with people. Then it's out onto the bridge. Mornings is when the bridge is at its busiest as hordes of tourists ascend the mountain, and this is the first major attraction they visit. Remember to take warm clothing and a raincoat with you, as we are 1.4 kilometres above sea level and the weather up there constantly changes. Despite the crowds, walking along the Golden Bridge is a truly wonderful experience. The Golden Bridge is 150 metres in length, and those mitts represent the hands of Buddha. There are nice gardens and other sculptures at the other end. The bridge is at a way station, so you will need another cable car ride to reach the amusement park. Despite the fact that the park is still very much under construction, you do get some inkling as to the massive size of the place. On your right is the impressive Alpine Coaster Luge. Finally, you arrive at the main part of the Barnard Hills complex, and it's an extraordinary recreation of a French village. We were there near Halloween, so there was a distinct Halloween theme to the park. There's a reason why Sunworld Barnard Hills has a distinct French theme. The French colonised Indochina, as Vietnam was then known, in 1887. They discovered that the Barnard Hills were a lot milder than the coastal areas, so established cool mountain retreats there. The design company was tasked with planning a French village which transported visitors back to the medieval era whilst integrating fine dining, shopping and live entertainment. As newly built medieval French villages go, Barnard Hills looks to be pretty authentic. Except for the busts of 18th and 19th century composers. The site is very large and it does take a while just to wander around. Both exteriors and interiors are impressive, with the level of workmanship looking to be quite exacting. There are many attractions here that I didn't actually have time to either see or to experience, particularly as the weather intervened, getting cold, foggy and wet. There is also a wax museum that I didn't visit and a fantasy park which consists of 3 floors of games and amusements. There are plenty of restaurants. I tried the buffet, which was excellent. Barnard Hills also has gardens, but just prior to my visit, Danang had encountered bad storms and flooding, so the gardens may have been adversely affected by those. As I mentioned earlier, this park is still a work in progress and is nowhere near completion. I was here midweek and the medieval fair wasn't in operation. We did spend quite a few hours here and really only touched the surface. By the time we were leaving, most of the tour groups had left. Making it a perfect time to have a walk up along the Golden Bridge in order to experience it a lot better. I even sped up the film, just to save time. There is hotel accommodation at the park, and I would stay there next visit. That way you will get to enjoy the park without too many people around, giving you time to experience more attractions. Time to get the cable car back to the main entrance. It was just as impressive going down. The Barnard Hills is a phenomenal attraction, and I will certainly revisit when I next visit Vietnam. I will be fascinated to see how they continue to improve the park. If you do visit either Danang, Hue or Hoi An, it is definitely worth going to Sun World Barnard Hills, as it really was a most interesting excursion. We were staying in Hoi An and hired a driver to take us there. It was about a 40-minute drive, but well worth it, as the drive itself is also pretty. As you continue down the mountain, the heat and humidity return, and it was a relief to rip off that wet weather gear. I've been to a lot of theme parks in the world, including Disneyland. Barnard Hills is completely different, and that's what gave the facility its charm. Sun World Barnard Hills is unique, and it has attractions and experiences for people of all ages. This was my third trip to Vietnam, and when I return, which I shall, I will definitely make that exciting cable trip up to Barnard Hills, and will probably stay for a night or two to enjoy more of its fabulous attractions. Sun World Barnard Hills Resort. Add it to your must-visit list.